A Note on Holiday by Katherine Anne Porter. A story that is mainly about its narrator and Ottilie, a deformed, poor young woman. Very impressive, fascinating, as all of this wonderful author's works, short stories. I've read that, in fact, Katherine Anne Porter had 3 versions of this account. She placed them in a box and has forgotten about them. Then she found them. She received the O. Henry Prize, 1962 was it, for this particular story, which is wonderful, based on her experience. So the narrator is a young woman who wants to get away from the city, away far from the madding crowd, as the famous title has it. And a friend has been to this Texas farm, and she says you should go there, you will love it. Wonderful place. The attic has shingles of different colors, brown, green moss, because the some of the rain is filtering through, and obviously when it rains, and so very nice. Okay, the young woman is on the train, arrives at the station, but there's no one to get her, to meet her. And her first impression is not favorable. She thinks something like, this friend of mine has imagination, because I don't like what I see. Within some minutes, there's a boy who comes, takes the trunk. She has the suitcase. There's a spring carriage and a sort of a weak pony. I didn't like the fact that he has to carry all that weight. The account of the ride is also funny, because it's the wheels are not round; they're ellipses, and then the attachment is fixed with wire, rope, and it seems all improvised and unsafe. Anyway, minor detail. At the house, there's so many people. Father Mueller, mother Mueller have many daughters, sons-in-law, 20 people in there, many grandchildren, and they eat a lot. They also work very hard. They speak German among themselves. Serious, hard-working people. We know the Germans. And the narrator is not affected by the fact that she doesn't understand this German they talk between them. In fact, she's enjoying it. However, there is this girl, the other main character, probably the protagonist of this account, Ottilie. She's a deformed woman who's moving her head, probably pretty much like I seem to do now. I have this developed this habit of like saying no or something. She has her hands shake, but somehow she manages to get all the food and the drinks at the table without spilling anything. The narrator, I will not say that there's no spoiler alert included here. The narrator has empathy, probably also pity for this girl has such a twisted body. She finds that dark, secret. It's not like she committed a crime or anything. Indeed, on the other hand, it's something of a crime in a way committed against her, even if those who did that didn't really realize, don't understand. They got used with ignoring her or just seeing her around, that they don't appreciate their position, which should be different. So I will let you read about this and find out. However, I will only say that the storyteller does try to do something, and relieves some of that pain, which is good. And as for the others, Father Muller is an odd, dislikable character for me. Once I learn about this strange interest of his, he's an atheist, and with that, the community around doesn't like this thing, and rather refuse one of his son-in-law the job of sheriff. Until Father Muller said, "Look, I give my neighbors access to my land for a smaller rent than the rest. I also give free interest loans, so I can change that." And so they accept the son-in-law as a sheriff. But he is a believer in Das Kapital by Marx. Oh my God! With that, having lived through communism, I just have no toleration for anyone interested in such a work, which has caused so much pain. If you think about it, people, more people were killed in Russia, China than in Nazi Germany, and Nazism is banned and has such a bad reputation. Indeed, it should be so. But then communism somehow, for so many, it's not only acceptable, but they say they're on the left and they like that. I mean, it's anyway. So that was a strange thing. Something also serious happens at the farm. Again, no spoiler alert, nothing about that. Wonderful story.